We had the breaking news for you as we went to commercial break. The news that Case Keenum, the Browns' backup quarterback who was going to start Saturday against the Raiders, has now also tested positive for COVID-19. Let's bring in voice of the Browns, Jim Donovan. Jim, I don't know what to say. I guess I have no words, so I'll throw it to you.
All right. Thanks very much, Jay. What a week. And we thought, as the start of the day today, that it had been kind of quiet and that maybe the worst was past us, and the worst was what had been accumulated on Tuesday and Wednesday. But now we are picking up reports that there are more positive tests, plural, tests coming out of Berea from the testing that was done today. Jay hit on it. Case Keenum was all set to make his second start of the season because Baker Mayfield had tested positive the other day, and now Keenum has also tested positive. Now, the Browns were going to a bubble wrap approach. Let me explain that. They were going to put guys in bubble wrap. In other words, they were going to keep them away from the facility. Myles Garrett, for instance, was one. They were going to keep him away from any kind of practice so that he would not be around anybody, and then would basically show up to the game on Saturday so that they would have his tremendous talent on the field defensively. There was word they were going to do that with Keenum. Obviously, they at least did not get it done in time. Keenum right now, because he's tested so late in the week as far as being positive, there is no chance that he would be able to play. Who will play for the Browns on Saturday? Let me introduce you to your new quarterback for a very big game. Nick Mullins is his name. Mullins is in his mid-20s. He's out of Southern Miss. He broke a lot of the records of Brett Favre there. Has he played before? Yes, he's played a lot. He's played with the San Francisco 49ers. He was brought in when Baker Mayfield came down with all of those injuries, and Keenum had been bumped up to start in that Thursday night game. So he is right now the last hope, basically. He is the guy that would start for the Browns coming up on Saturday afternoon against the Las Vegas Raiders. I would say this, he knows the opponent because really the 49ers and Raiders typically would play against each other at some point, be it in the preseason or sometimes in the regular season because of the natural rivalry there. So Nick Mullins would be the quarterback with Case Keenum out. Now, the reports keep coming out of Berea that Ronnie Harrison, the Browns safety, has also tested positive. Now, Harrison was set to come back. He didn't play last week because of injury, and they were excited about getting him back on the practice field yesterday. And, of course, they only went through a defensive walkthrough yesterday, but he was on target to play physically in the game Saturday. But now a positive test there would knock him out. And there are reports that there are 4 more defensive players on the defensive side that have tested positive. We do not have the names of those players yet, Jay, as we get set to really get down to really kind of hand-wringing time as we get set for this game coming up on Saturday. I will say this, Jay, and I don't know if it's an optimistic look at things. Kevin Stefanski, when he met with the media today, said that of all the players who have tested positive, minus these names that I just mentioned to you, he said, I am not ruling any of those players out for the game on Saturday yet. Now, I don't know if he's just being overly optimistic or if there's a chance that they would get some of those players back.
I would imagine they'd have to have a negative test today because you have to have 2 days in a row of negative tests before playing, and game day is Saturday. I don't know if they would count that as a day or not.
So Friday,
one way or another.
So tomorrow, Jay, 4 o'clock would be the deadline on this, that you would have to test with the negative and the back-to-back, as you mentioned.
Very good. All right. Certainly not good news, but whatever wind was left in that Brown sail, I think it's gone. It's going to be an uphill climb for sure on Saturday.
You know, Jay, here's hoping for a 6-3 Browns win on Saturday afternoon.
Jimmy, I'd take a 2-0 Browns win.
2-0 Browns would be good, too. Yeah, right. A safety. They count.